Hi everyone, this is Kat of Catalyst Holistic Life Coaching, bringing your life in alignment with you. I'm here today to do your reading for the full moon in Aquarius that is happening on Monday, August 3rd here in the US. Depending on where you're at, it may already be happening today on the 2nd, or it may be happening a day later. So, as I sat in the meditation for the card reading, I saw a young girl flying on a swan, like a big giant swan. And there was a full moon, and they were just flying through the clouds. And they came down into this dark forest, and it was kind of like a dead wood, like there wasn't any leaves on the trees. It was dark, and she walked into this mushroom circle. And as she was sitting in the mushroom circle, there seemed to be kind of like pixie dust swirling around her. And then things started to grow around her. All the flowers started coming back to life. And then in the end, there was this just like little pink, like burning fire, like there in the center of this little mushroom ring. So, swan really having to do with grace and also taking deep dives, but a gentleness, like gracefulness energy. And this little girl going into the wood, and there wasn't anything there, but finding this mushroom circle, the words that came to my mind was like really believing in magic. Like even though it may seem bleak, or a kind of darkness around it, there was still this like mushroom circle that she found, and when she stepped in it, everything became transformed, and she even turned into this little like pink flame, and it was just a tiny flame. And so I really think this is speaking towards like our innocence and our childlike imagination and wonder. Pink is like another higher octave of the heart chakra, the pink colors. So however that may be resonating for you, that can have certain imagery that is resonating with you. But I really think that was speaking towards like our childlike wonder and believing in magic again. Because the energy of the full moon in Aquarius is showing the world the real you. Not being afraid to be unique and stand out. And Aquarius is the idealist, the humanitarian, wanting things to benefit all. Thinking of the collective energies and maybe doing it in a very unique way where you could be kind of breaking from the norm. And that's also a very independent energy, because we don't really care about how others see us. We're just embracing that aspect of ourselves. Okay, so this reading is just for the general collective, how the energy is going to be affecting the collective. It may or may not resonate with you today, but just be open to receiving the message. So for the overall message, we're using the Muse Tarot today. Then we've got the Moonology cards, and then we've got some Goddess Power Oracle cards today. All right, so wherever you're at, whenever you're watching this, go ahead and just take a deep breath, settling into the reading and being open to receiving the message. Okay. So the overall energy of this full moon in Aquarius. Yes, so we have the Three of Voices, or the Three of Swords. So this is a card of heartbreak, of feeling isolated, desolate, like how can I carry on? I've gone through so much, how can I keep enduring this? Because there's the Three Swords. So this usually has to do with mental, emotional, and physical wounds. So these could just be collective wounds that you've gotten over time. And you just wonder, like, how much more can I take? what is this all teaching me? Like, this just seems unfair. But you see she's sitting in front of this door. There is an opportunity to step through. There is an opportunity to open this new door, but we have to be the ones to see it. We have to be the ones to step up and move in a new direction, as hard as that may feel. And we may feel alone in this too. We may feel we have no guidance. So it's feeling like a heaviness of just, we've really got to pick ourselves up and keep trudging on. Not saying to not acknowledge the pain and everything, the experience was valid, but also seeing the opportunity that is lying in front of us. Okay, so let's see what the moon cards have to say about that. So the first card represents what needs to be released or let go of during the cycle, or what might be released. Full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. You yourself, embracing yourself, loving yourself, nurturing yourself. Like, you've been through so much. We all have our own life stories, but we've been through so much, and it's time to really embrace ourselves and love ourselves. It's time to release these ideas that we're not good enough, or that things are our fault, or life is happening against us and we don't deserve certain things. So releasing these ideas of you being undeserving, whatever way that may be resonating. Okay, so what is this full moon illuminating? Full moon in Capricorn. Lots of good full moon energy. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So this cycle that we've been going through, these hardships, these lessons, whether this is just collectively over a lifetime or maybe something you've been experiencing in the last few years, however that's resonating for you, it's approaching an end. This cycle is coming to an end. Collectively, you know, everything we're experiencing right now eventually has to come to an end. It's not going to stay like this forever. So just remembering, this is approaching, like, that could be something, that could be a message coming through from the full moon, is just a little bit of hope, thinking outside of the box, looking at things in a new perspective. And that could be starting to shift towards moving out of this cycle. Because again, like, if we do shift that perspective, one of the big things we have to release is these ideas of not being good enough, or that we are undeserving in some way. Okay, so moving on to the last card, like, what comes next? So the void of course moon. Nothing will come of this situation. So this card has a double meaning. Either saying whatever you're worried about, whatever you feel like, this could be something that you are afraid is, gonna turn out badly, or, is gonna lead to more heartbreak, or it's just gonna keep continuing on this way. This is saying, nothing will come of this, meaning, like, it's not as bad as you think. Like, it's a much smaller, minuscule thing. It's not going to destroy you. It's not going to be everything that you think it's going to be. On the other hand, if you're holding on to something that, you have this idea, or you have, you may have been trying to push for something, and you've been having this gut feeling that it's only going to lead you down more suffering, this is a confirmation that needs to be let go of, because it's not going to work out the way that you want it to. Okay, so however that resonates for you, just looking at the other cards, I think this is more so speaking on the terms of us thinking like whatever our personal situations or whatever we're enduring right now in this tough cycle, it's not going to be the end. It's not the end all be all. Like there's so much more on the horizon. This is just a little tiny blip in the storyline. And it's teaching you something. It's teaching you how to love yourself and move into the next cycle without carrying that burden anymore, without carrying the heartbreak moving forward. Okay. All right. So we had quite a bit of goddess energy come through. So these could speak to you individually, or they, could come to a collective message. So we shall see. So the first card we have is Saraswati of Mastery, and she is in alignment. So learning to master your emotions, but she's also, the goddess of the arts, of music, of dance, like whatever kind of arts you can think of. Like she's a dedicated master. We have some 44 energy that comes out to 8. So with her in alignment, she's really saying to be dedicated to not let this sway you from the path that you have been working toward. Whatever challenge has arisen, she is asking you to not give up, to continue to master these things. So even though she speaks on the arts, I feel like this is also speaking of just self-mastery. You could have been working on certain things that, it's been a struggle. You may have been working on these goals for a long time and you just kind of keep hitting one bump after the other, but it fills you with so much joy. So the block could be that you're hitting that you don't feel like you're good enough at it. Like you really put yourself down, that you're not at a certain level where it's just what matters is the dedication. What matters is that you love it. So attaining more of that self-mastery, because the cycle is going to shift. And I think this is really speaking on really mastering your emotions, mastering the self as well. Okay, so the second card we have is the goddess Gula of healing, also in alignment. So Gula, with her being in alignment, is asking, where are you putting your energy into others? This is another nurturer, that Virgo energy. Where are you putting it outside of yourself? Where are you giving away your power? Are you distracted from what you should be doing because you feel like you are helping others? Okay, I kind of see what's going on here. Okay, so some of us have really been putting all of our energy into these things because, we're afraid of being alone. We're afraid of, not being connected with someone. And we just keep being let down by these people because we are not serving ourselves. We are not following our hearts. We are not treating ourselves with the same nurturing that we are treating other people. And so, this is saying stop putting your energy into those people. Stop, trying to do this same cycle over and over, and pay attention to what is calling for your mastery. Do the inner healing. Stop trying to heal others. Stop trying to fix others. Stop trying to fix everything outside of yourself. You deserve this just as much as anyone else. So doing that healing. And this is 18, so 9 reduced. Okay, and then we have the goddess Mimazine of the past, 36, so another 9. Yeah, so this is, this could be a karmic pattern that you've repeated, and that's why it feels really heavy and hard, because it's just we gotta get this down. especially maybe collectively, like this could be something that's happening as well. And again, like the end of a tough cycle approaches. So look to the past. Look to your past about what patterns are influencing me right now. What wounding am I speaking from, especially in this Chiron retrograde energy, and it's in Aries, so this is a very personal feeling. How am I letting my wounding and my past determine what I'm doing right now? How can I break free of that? How can I learn from my past? Because there may be certain memories or feelings that are resurfacing that have not been dealt with, that maybe you need to get that fresh new perspective on. Again, the Aquarius full moon, shaking things up, doing things a little bit differently. So don't be afraid of some past memories, maybe some past people in your life. If those start to come to the forefront, that could be maybe the big shaker of this full moon. Okay, so last goddess card we have is Brigid, in alignment, creative spark, and another 8. Interesting. 8998. Interesting. Okay, so with her being in alignment, yeah, she's really asking you to tap back into that spark. What gave you life? What makes you feel alive? Not what others are asking of you, not others draining your energy, but really like when you start to focus and put your attention into what you love, like what makes that spark? What makes you unique? What it ignites you? What sets you off and makes you just go, go, go? Instead of letting these other people or these other situations drain your energy. This could be, if this isn't pertaining to people in your life, this could be jobs, or just decisions, life paths that you have been making decisions on based off of wounding. And that path has led you here where you're just saying, you know, how did I wind up here? This isn't where I want to be. So that, yeah, that's another message coming through very clearly too. Like some of us are really being called to take that leap into mastering our craft, our offerings to this world, our creative spark. We are here to do the healing. We are here to bring the world together from our uniqueness. And you are good enough. Don't be afraid to leave the past behind, to look at it and say, this is what it's taught me. This is my lesson from it. And I'm going to break this cycle now because I have bigger things to move on to. I have a bigger purpose than this. I know what I am made for. And this situation right now is not in my highest good. This is not going to take me to where I need to be. I am not here for this. So yeah, that's huge. I feel like this global situation is really showing us like where we've been putting our attention into things that may not matter as much. So that's awesome. Yeah, I really like that. With the alignment message of just like what sparks you. Looking to that, this could also be that listening to your intuition as well, I think is what this is also trying to say. Listening to those little quibs that are telling you what's moving you in the right direction. Because you can feel what pulls you and what doesn't. What makes you feel fulfilled and what does not. So it's time to take that leap. If you've been looking for a sign about what direction you need to take, should I take this risk? Should I go down this path? And the answer is yes. It's time to start mastering your craft. It's time to start mastering yourself. Okay. All right. That is everything I have for you for this full moon reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. if you are interested or in the area, I am teaching a full moon workshop tomorrow night. It is a yoga class along with the message of this moon. So feel free, there's a link below in the description for the event. If you would like to attend, or I will also be filming the class and it will be available for purchase at a later time. So again, thank you so much. Happy full moon, and we will see you next time. Enjoy yourselves.